So today I wanted to talk about the difference between filters and conditions within Customer I/O campaigns. So filters in a Customer I/O campaign are built at the trigger level, meaning that it's at the start. It's kind of like an overarching setting for the whole campaign. It's different than the segment or trigger for the campaign itself. Think of the trigger as the reason somebody should be included in that campaign. It's the base fundamental level of what's going to put them in there. So for example, if an event is what triggers somebody to come in, say sign up, that will be the trigger. The filter is a layer on top of that and is an extra level of criteria that you can place on somebody to make sure the people that come in are the people that you want. So for example, if someone completes a sign-up event, but you have a dedicated flow for people that sign up with their work domain, then you would create a segment that includes all of your personal domain users, and then as a filter, use that segment that they should not be in that. You can be included in or not in various segments. So where Customer I/O gets really powerful is the use of conditions, which are sort of like filters, to determine whether or not a specific step within the campaign fires for that user. So, for example, I've got this email, right? At the bottom of the email setup, there's a conditions area where I can make sure the email only sends if they match this criteria. I can add multiple criteria, and it's not just segments. I can do event conditions, attribute conditions, message conditions. And if there are limitations in attributes, events, and messages, typically you can work around those by building a segment. If we add multiple of these, it'll always be an and, so both will have to meet the conditions. So you'll see it updated that the customer has to meet two conditions. If they don't meet the conditions, they don't pause the email until they do meet the conditions. They just go through the workflow. It's very simple. It's very customizable at an individual step level. Sometimes you lose track of what you've set at the filter level and individual settings that you've done at the workflow level for the campaign. And I have seen instances where people build redundant filters, or as they were thinking through the logic, they actually built filters that couldn't coexist together, so nothing ever happened. That's one of the call outs for the flexibility that you have to watch out for. But you learn that with time, and it eventually works itself out. Hopefully that helps explain the difference between conditions and filters on customer campaigns and workflows. If you have any more questions on it, put them down in the comments and I'll see if I can clarify. Otherwise, we'll see you around on the next one.